What if the next global superfood is already growing right in your own backyard? Today, we're going to dive into the incredible story of one woman who saw a billion-dollar opportunity in a humble, everyday fruit. All right, let's get right into it. This is the story of Jaimy Saji. She looked at a fruit that was basically everywhere in her hometown of Wayanad, India, the jackfruit, and she saw something that almost nobody else did. She turned it into a massive international success story. So, how does a journey like this even begin? Well, it all starts with the person, the visionary. Jaimy Saji's story is just this powerful reminder that it doesn't matter where you start. It's about your vision and where you're determined to go. This slide just captures the whole challenge perfectly. On one hand, you've got Jaimy. She's got tons of practical, hands-on knowledge about agriculture, but no fancy university degree. And on the other hand, you have this huge mountain to climb, complex food technology, international regulations, global logistics, the whole shebang. So the big question is, how do you even begin to bridge that gap? And honestly, the answer is right there. This wasn't about having an MBA. It was about a deep, personal passion to see the potential that everyone else was just walking right past. And this is so important. True innovation doesn't always start in a boardroom. A lot of the time, it starts with someone who is just genuinely incredibly passionate about solving a problem. Okay, so passion is the fuel, for sure. But you can't run on passion alone. You need an engine. You need a solid plan to turn that passion into an actual product that people can buy. So let's break down how she actually built this thing from the ground up. This is where Holy Cross Industries comes in. Jaimy founded this company. It's what's called an MSME in India, basically a small or medium-sized business. And her strategy was just brilliant. Instead of selling raw jackfruit for pennies, she decided to create ready-to-eat products, because that's where the real value is, you know? To make that huge leap from a small local farm to a brand that's sold around the world, her process had three, absolutely critical steps. Let's walk through them. First things first, it all starts right here, with the raw material. I mean, in her region of Wayanad, jackfruit is literally everywhere. But here's the kicker. It was a totally underutilized resource. People just weren't seeing its true economic potential. Next up is technology. And this part is a total game changer. She invested in a modern, state-of-the-art equipment like this retort machine you're seeing. This allowed her to process the jackfruit in a way that meets all those tough international standards for quality, safety, and shelf life. This was the move that professionalized the entire operation. And boom, here's what you get at the end. You take this basic everyday fruit and you transform it into this whole line of amazing products that people are actually excited to buy. Things like jackfruit flour and ready-to-cook meals. That is what we mean by value addition. It's kind of like magic. Okay, so you have a great idea and a great product. But how do you go from a small, local operation to a business that's ready to scale up in a big way? Well, this next part of her story was the absolute critical turning point. The catalyst, the real spark for her growth, was getting accepted into the RATHAR agribusiness incubator. Now, if you're not familiar with incubators, think of them like a launch pad for startups. It's a specialized program designed to take promising businesses like hers and give them all the resources and support they need to really take off. And you've got to understand this. It wasn't just about money. The most important part was the mentorship. They gave her the technical know-how, the business advice, and the confidence to build a proper industry-standard facility. This is what took her from the farm to the factory, literally. All right, but as we all know, success is rarely a solo act, right? A huge piece of this puzzle was Jaimy's ability to tap into a whole ecosystem of support. Let's see how she pulled that off. I mean, just look at this. This is so incredibly smart. Instead of trying to do every single thing herself, she strategically plugged into all these existing government programs and institutions. This is a masterclass in leveraging your environment. She got some financial help here, business connections there, and research support from the university. It's how you turn a one-woman show into a truly sustainable business. Okay, so let's recap. She has the product, she has the support system, the final piece of the puzzle, getting those products into the hands of customers, not just at home, but all around the world. She played it so smart here. She didn't put all her eggs in one basket. As you can see, she built a multi-channel strategy. She started local, of course, but then expanded to online sales, then to larger institutional buyers, and finally to the lucrative export market. This is crucial. It spreads the risk and makes sure she gets the best possible price for her products. And the results of all this hard work and smart strategy? An annual turnover of up to 1 crore rupees. Now, for those of us not in India, a crore is $10 million. So we're talking about roughly 120,000 US dollars a year. That is a huge jump from what traditional farming in the area would ever bring in. But get this, it's not just about the annual sales. The company itself, its assets, and all its infrastructure is now valued at 2 crore rupees, or about 240,000 US dollars. This is so important because it shows she's not just making money, she's building long-term sustainable wealth. So when you really step back and look at Jaimy Saji's whole journey, you realize it's more than just an inspiring story. It's actually a practical blueprint that other entrepreneurs can follow. And here's that blueprint, broken down nice and simple. It's a really powerful formula. You start with what you already have, a local resource and the traditional knowledge that goes with it. Then you layer on modern technology, and you strategically use the support systems that are available to you. The result isn't just a successful business, it's economic stability for an entire community. This is a model that could work anywhere. And at the end of the day, it's not just about the money or the business strategy. It's about this. It's about people. This is Jaimy with her team. Her success has a ripple effect. She's creating jobs, she's empowering other women in her community, and she's building something that will last for generations to come. Jaimy Saji's story is just incredible proof that a global business can start with a single local resource. It's a powerful mix of vision, passion, and really smart strategy. And it leaves all of us with a question to think about. What valuable resource is hiding in plain sight, right where you live?